Welcome to another live stream watch-along reaction. Tonight we're watching and reacting to Honduras versus Bermuda in the 2025 CONCACAF Gold Cup Prelims. Leg 2, 5-3 on aggregate for Honduras. The first leg was pretty crazy. Let's see if the second is as much. 2-0 Jamaica as the game's about to end. 3-1 on aggregate. Jamaica will advance to the Gold Cup. Guatemala 3-3 on aggregate. 1-0 over Guyana. Guadeloupe still 0-0, 63 minutes. 4-0 at halftime for Costa Rica. Belize 11-0. Yeah, Costa Rica's going to the Gold Cup. We're about to start the Honduras game. Reload it. Boom. Okay. 2-1 Jets after the second. Damn. So, Honduras contra Bermuda en la Copa Oro Preliminar. Partido vuelta. 5-3 global. Honduras. Damn. Bulletin board material. Argentina's on their ass is what I'm reading. 3 minutes down of stoppage time. 2 to go for the Jamaica game. 93rd minute. And we'll see how it starts. With that being said, starting 11 for Honduras in goal. Edric Menjivar, the back four. Luis Vega, Romel Quioto's not a center back. Kervin Arriaga. The starting 11, Jamaica and Guatemala smell. At least Jamaica won. Starting 11, Edric Menjivar, Luis Vega, Kervin Arriaga, Daniil Maldonado, Nahar, Davy Flores, Franklin Flores, Davy Flores, Alvarez, Luis Palma, Jorge Benguche, Romel Quioto. Okay, for Bermuda in goal, Eve, Simmons, Richardson, Carpenter, Jones, Parfit Williams, Martin, Lee, Critchlow, Kane Critchlow, Tucker, Russell for Bermuda. How we doing? Yeah. With that being said, we'll follow the rest of the times and we'll get going. Guatemala 1, Guyana 0, 3-3 on aggregate. Well, hey, at least you have the away goals. At least you have the away goals. There we go. All right. And that's full time. Full time. Jamaica's going to advance over St. Vincent 3-0. Cephas scored. Made it 4-0 or 4-1 on aggregate. Jamaica's advancing. So Jamaica's going to the Gold Cup. Jamaica's going to the Gold Cup. 4-1 on aggregate. We're still about 20 minutes away, 22 minutes away from the knowing who's going through the 2 games pre-Honduras, Bermuda, or the 7:30 games. And then we're halftime of Costa Rica, Belize, 4-0. Come on, Davy Flores. I hope they win. I hope Honduras gets it done. But if they don't, positive is Davy Flores will be playing this summer for TFC. So just like how it was last summer, because Honduras couldn't make the Copa. So Guadeloupe scored. 1-0 Guadeloupe. 2-0 on aggregate for Guadeloupe. Goal for Mirval. Guadeloupe has a 2-0 aggregate lead. And they have the away goal. Guadeloupe. There you go, baby. Let's go. Guadalupe puts himself on the catbird seat to go to the Gold Cup. With 22 minutes to go. Guadalupe ahead. Yes. Told you. Told you, watch out for Guadalupe. Told y'all. Told y'all, watch out for Guadalupe. Said Jamaica plays some disgusting football, and the guy was pleading with me not to say anything bad about Jamaica because the other Jamaicans would get mad. They do play disgusting football. They do play disgusting football. Guadalupe does speak French, yes. Guadalupe does play disgusting football. No, I mean, my bad. Jamaica plays disgusting football. Guatemala 1-0 Guyana. Well, at least they have the away goals. It's called, they have the away goals. Damn. But hey, at least they have the away goals. All right. So, full time, Jamaica's going to the Gold Cup. 4-1 on aggregate, 3-0 on the night. It's better than last week, or better than the last game. 1-0 Guatemala, 3-3 on aggregate. They have the away goals. That's the good news. Guadalupe has a 1-0 lead, 2-0 on aggregate, and Costa Rica's up 4-0 on Belize. 11-0 on aggregate. Belize is dead. Belize is dead. Rubin and Lang is picking up the pace. Everyone else is falling behind. Well, damn, that sucks. And then you got Honduras, Bermuda about to start in minutes. 9 p.m. start. And FS2 is very behind. Montreal and Quebec are rooting for Guadalupe. I'm sure I don't know if they are, but if they, well, they do root for French. That's true. They do root for French countries. It's a watch-along. It's a watch-along, not show the match. Brian Lopez, the referee tonight from Guatemala. Bermuda versus Honduras. 5-3 on aggregate. 5-3 global para Honduras. They should be able to hold on to this, but if they don't, starting 11 is as follows for Bermuda. We got Eve, Jones, Carpenter, Lee, Richardson, Simmons, Parfit, Tucker, Martin, Kane, Critchlow, Russell. Reggie Lamb's on the bench. Former Toronto FC player Reggie Lamb, by the way. He's still kicking around. I know, crazy. Reggie Lamb is still kicking around. I know, crazy. Either Guyana improved or Guatemala got worse. It could be both. Could be both. They still have the away goals, though. That's the good news. Starting 11 for Honduras, Menjivar, Nahar, Maldonado, Kyoto, Vega, Palma, Arriaga, Flores, Franklin Flores, Davy Flores, Alvarez, and Benguche. Honduras wearing their blue and white stripes. Well, New York City, they're the ones who are playing in MLS, right? And the final game to kick off of the Gold Cup prelims and will be the final game to finish. Honduras versus Bermuda. Here we go. We'll put up a review for this one. And I will put up a review for this one. I have to. Things are still going well for Guatemala and Guadeloupe. I'll check if there's a second half should be starting any minute now for Costa Rica, Belize. But that one's over. Who are we kidding? And we're off. That one's pretty much over. Who are we kidding? We could end it now. Belize probably won't score a goal. And we're off. I mean, who are we kidding? I mean, 11-0. Do we have to play a second half? 28 seconds in. I mean, they played 3 halves and got stomped out every single one. It's like the aggregates were pretty tight, arguably, except for Trinidad, Cuba. That got a little bit hairy, but But Jamaica was tight. Guadeloupe's tight. Guatemala's tight. Brazil playing forward is Honduras. Honduras and Bermuda's tight, arguably. I mean, Honduras does have 5 away goals, but if Bermuda wins 3-0, Bermuda could win this tie, so it's not too crazy. I mean, Bermuda had a lead on Honduras during that first leg. Almost 2-0 Guatemala. Well, at least have the away goals. Still halftime, though. 128. Yeah, they didn't show up at all. They couldn't even really park the bus, for that matter. Costa Rica, like an 11-goal aggregate from a Miguel Herrera team, by the way. Let's just be clear. Shot blocked away. You should be. Costa Rica, who could barely score last summer. 2-0 Guatemala. No worries about the away goal now. No worries about the away goal now. It's 2-0 for Guatemala. 77th minute. 2-0, 4-3 on aggregate. Saved. No worries about the away goal now. They have the lead. 2:31. Now, of course, whew. 3 minutes in. So Guatemala should be safe. It's out for a corner. Nobody's going to roast you. Nobody expected anything out of Belize. It's 47th minute. They've gotten going the second half. I don't think anybody's going to roast you. We feel sorry for you. Nobody expected anything out of Belize, but this is bad. I think at this point it's more of like, we feel sorry for you. Cross in. Header. Yeah, but Guyana needs 2 goals just to beat y'all. They need to tie it 2-2 with 12 minutes. It's not going to happen. Well, I'd hope not. Guyana needs 2 goals. They need to draw you 2-2 just to have, well, one, tie up. Well, not even tie the away goals, but take the lead on aggregate. I think you'll be fine. With 12 minutes to go, you'll be fine. Guadeloupe leads 2-0 on aggregate, 1-0 on the night. They're fine with 13 minutes to go. Suriname, Trinidad, and Jamaica are through. Their matches are over. They've won on aggregate, those 3 teams. Costa Rica is all but through. 4-1 Belize. Belize scored a goal. Belize scored a goal. Oh, my. Belize has scored. I mean, not that it matters, but hey, they scored a goal on Costa Rica. Wow. Belize 4-1. I'm doing good. Hey, Belize just scored. Bernardez scores. 47th minute goal. Even though they're losing bad on aggregate, they at least got to score a goal. Belize did score. Still 11-1 on aggregate, but Bernardez gets Belize's goal in this qualifier. So it's not like they got shut out. At least you can take that as a Bernardez with a goal. I at least wanted him to score. I at least wanted Belize to score. They got their goal. '50th minute. And it happened during the second half, so that's good. .559 between Honduras and Bermuda. 0-0. Hopefully Belize can build on this next time. Weren't they the team like came through League C playoffs to get into this prelim in the first place? Let him have his moment. Playing forward. Oh! Bad slide down. Well, it was League A versus League C, so I mean, at least that's something. 9 minutes left in the Guatemala game. Guatemala's holding on. Guadeloupe has the lead, 10 minutes left. I wanted to give Ghana some credit, but these last couple of minutes, they reverted back to their old ways. Yet some in Suriname wanted to question our pedigree. They questioned my bozo. Wait, are you saying that people said Guyana was better than Suriname? Is that what you're trying to say? Dude, you can't call the coach a bozo and say, oh, they wanted to question our prestige. What? No. That's sort of a idiocracy type moment, but do with that what you will. 7 minutes in. Honduras is the better team, but Bermuda's been tough. Bermuda wins 3-0. They advance. It's not like they're out of it by any stretch of the imagination. If you're saying like the Guyana, the Guyana team fans were calling out Suriname, well, yeah, sure. I mean, I guess, yeah, they shouldn't question your prestige. But if you're saying like Surinamese question the Surinamese team, well, how can you call the coach a bozo and then be like, oh, they shouldn't question us? What? Oh, okay, no, that's a problem then, yeah. Okay, I get it. But you can't call the coach a bozo and be like, hey, Bermuda can't score 3 since they're bad. Yeah, but they had a 5-3 aggregate. They scored 3 on Honduras on Saturday. It's not like it's impossible. I know it was in Bermuda and they still lost 5-3, but shot, saved. I mean, it's not like it's the first. Alvarez goes wide, saved. 9 minutes in, CONCACAF's at 9:32 on the website, so maybe this game's a little bit behind, but either way. 9:13, ball crossed in. Header over the bar for Honduras. They're playing in Honduras, and the stadium is empty. How's that possible? Like, that sucks. Like, the stadium's empty in Honduras. The stadium is empty. Like, how do you... That makes no sense. Red card for Guyana. Oh, God. Please tell me away goals matter. Away goals matter, but Guatemala's up 2-0. But as far as I know, away goals matter. But the good news is Guatemala's up 2-0 on Guyana with 6 minutes to go, and you're up a man. So 4-3 on aggregate. So you have the full-on lead. Well, yeah, it looks like part of it's being, yeah. Yeah, if you look at the hard cam side, it looks like they're breaking down a wall. So, yeah, no, I could tell. Like, it's obvious. Like, look at that concourse. So 4-4 aggregate, we're through. Yeah. If it's 2-1, yeah, you're through. But the GK of Guyana just got a red card. And you're up 2-0, which means 4-3 on aggregate. You're fine. They're not going to get a goal. One, they're not going to get a goal. Second of all, you're fine. It's renovating, but if you look at some of those concourses, they're like dirty. 11th minute. So are we basically going to see either way? Well, the Blue Jays are going to start Max Scherzer on Saturday. Good. Hell no. Honduras already winning. Game just started. They're winning on aggregate, not on the night. But 5-3 on aggregate, yeah. You should be fine. Should be. But, I mean, Bermuda did score 3 goals on y'all already. Side netting. Side netting from Kyoto. Oh, he didn't score off the angle. That's not the Kyoto I know. FoxSports.com. Incognito window. Bring up FoxSports.com. Go to watch. Click the game. It's there. And then reload it after an hour in that same format. Go watch on FoxSports.com. Maybe also a VPN could help. Side netting, yeah. Normally, Kyoto scores from those angles. That was my point. I've seen that man score from impossible angles all the time. He always scores from impossible angles. It's crazy. 12 minutes in. So he might be falling off a little bit. Who knows? 0-0 esta noche, 5-3 global. The final team to advance to the Gold Cup will be known out of this game. 6 of the 7 prelims will be over by the halftime of this game. And we'll know 6 of the 7 teams who have advanced by halftime of this game. And then 45 minutes later, we'll see the final team to advance, which will probably be Honduras. But 7 prelims will be over in less than 2 hours. Brought down, saved. They did, but they were also all centered in Miami. Like the past 2 prelims, the 21 and 23 prelims were centered in Miami, and they were 2 rounds. But you still had to win. But these technically are 2 rounds. 2 sets of games. It's just 2-legged ties. Which, you know what? I like this better, considering, you know what? The Miami, Fort Lauderdale prelims. The first year, there were no rain delays. But in 2023, there were like 5 rain delays. Like, remember that? I think I was live during a rain delay during those prelims. If y'all remember correctly, if you were here. So, maybe twice. Like, once when there was the first round when I was still here, and then when I was on my vacation, I still did one of the games in the second round, and there was rain delay. So, there you go. Helitech rain delay. 15th minute, 0-0. Thoughts on Trent Alexander-Arnold joining Real Madrid? Well, you know what? I'm happy about it. I mean, they needed somebody to get now that Davies said no. So he's good. We'll see how it goes. But I'm not surprised. 15th minute, 0-0. Going wide. Real is greedy. What'd you expect? 90th minute, 2-0 Guatemala. 4-3 on aggregate. 89th minute, Guadalupe up 1-0, 2-0 on aggregate. Yeah. Thoughts on Argentina clapping Brazil 4-1? I'm not surprised. It's funny because Argentina didn't even need to win the game to qualify for the World Cup. They were already in, and they still kicked Brazil's ass. 90+1. Congrats, Guatemala. They'll do fine. They'll find somebody, as they always do. I trust Arne Slot. We'll see how that goes. But Guatemala looks like they're about to go to the Gold Cup. Game isn't over yet. When that full-time whistle hits, Guatemala will be in the Gold Cup. Free kick for Bermuda. "30 minutes to go in the Costa Rica game. Belize got their goal, but they're up 11-1 Costa Rica. So whenever that final whistle blows, I think Guatemala will qualify for the World Cup. We'll see. I mean, these past two games, after these past two games, I'm not sure. We'll see. I saw that, probably. I agree with that. I can't because a lot of the stuff he's done's been horrible. Shot cleared away. A lot of the stuff Jack Doherty's done has been horrible. So I can't say the car crash was. The only person he hurt was himself. I mean, it could be worse, but where was Vinicius? Didn't show up. Surprising. I didn't want to know that. I'm not surprised. Ugh. Bolivia unbeaten 5 straight World Cup qualifier games. He advertises OnlyFans too. Well, how people are going to go there if you don't advertise it? I mean, that's probably the most, what's the word? That's probably the most clean thing he's done, because if you have an OnlyFans, why wouldn't you advertise it? I mean, how do people know about it if you don't advertise it? There's too many things to list. And the car crash ain't even that high. The car crash, those aren't even that high. '20th minute. Header. Of course, Ovi ties it for the Caps. Hey, Ovi got a goal. Let's go. Nothing against the Jets, but I want Ovi to get the record before the year's over. I mean, you might as well. It would suck. Oh, yeah, I remember that. Yeah. What? I can't. Yeah, I'm happy. I'm happy. I mean, yeah, doesn't everybody want Ovi to break the record before the year ends? It would suck if he's like one away and he has to wait till September to break the record. That would suck. Because Drake May needs a wide receiver. I want the Patriots to win. I'm tired of them sucking. And it would be funny if the Patriots won a playoff game before the Steelers ever. If the Patriots were good, the last time the Steelers won a playoff game was the week before the Patriots beat them in the AFC title game in 2017. So the Patriots were the first playoff game they've lost since they haven't won a playoff game since the Obama administration. Trudeau was still in office. Trudeau was in his third year in office when the Steelers last won a playoff game. So most of the one term and then Mark Carney. But whatever. The Patriots have been good, shit, and hopefully good before the Steelers could ever win a playoff game. Because that'd just be funny. The Patriots turn from Brady leaving good to Brady leaving to shit to one of the worst teams in the league to somehow winning a playoff game before the Steelers could. And they were the team who at least went 500 every year. It would be funny, I won't lie. Especially if the Patriots were playing the Steelers. Well, I'll definitely root for the Patriots in that game. Don't worry. Don't worry. Shot over the bar. I'll root for the Patriots during that game. Don't worry. That would be fun. Full time. Guadalupe's going to the Gold Cup. 2-0 on aggregate. Guadalupe's going to the Gold Cup. I told you, don't sleep on Guadalupe. I told you don't sleep on Guadalupe. What'd I tell you? Guadalupe's going to the Gold Cup. Guatemala, full time. 4-3 on aggregate. 2-0 on the night. Guatemala's going to the Gold Cup. So that's 16. Wait, no. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 teams. 5 teams in the Gold Cup. Suriname, Trinidad, Jamaica, Guatemala, Guadalupe. And Costa Rica is about to join them. 5-1 Costa Rica, 12-1 on aggregate. They're about 28 or 23 minutes away. Because I'm surprised AEW ain't out of business yet. Talk about everything Messi does at those tournaments. Well, that's exactly what they're going to do. Hope the CONCACAF players do well. And if they do, talk about them. Costa Rica ain't losing. Yeah, it's getting remodeled. That's why. I agree, yeah. WCW is better than AEW. Even WCW 2000 was better than AEW. Like, I've actually been watching some of that, like, live WCW channel on YouTube. The WWE Archive put up a WCW channel, and they just are letting stuff run for 24 hours. I've been watching a little bit of that. I also do have Peacock, but I don't mind watching. I do fall asleep to have stuff on regular YouTube sometimes. Either way, it's cool to have like a 24/7 wrestling channel, a couple of those archive channels on YouTube that WWE has a tape library for. But even WCW 2000 is better than AEW. Like, there have been some WCW 2000 stuff on that archive channel, and I've enjoyed it, actually. Well, at least I enjoy it more than I do AEW. Hi-oh! I mean, there's positives. Ish. Yeah, they are. And they drew Canada back at the last Gold Cup, so don't sleep on Guadeloupe. Well, hey, at least the Cardinals didn't lose to Memphis. At least the Cardinals didn't lose to Memphis. That's got to suck losing to your AAA affiliate. I mean, the Cardinals won 3-2 last night against Memphis. They didn't score after the first inning, but at least they won. Houston's supposed to be better than St. Louis. Houston's supposed to be better than the Cardinals. What's going on here? They're losing to Sugar Land? Okay. All right. That makes no sense. How are you going to lose your AAA team? Either that means a lot of those players are going to get called up to Houston this year and they're still going to be fine, or Houston's going to suck. I don't mind it, though. I love seeing Houston choke. Yeah, that was a master stroke. The Reds lost to Daytona. That's even worse. That's a single A team. That's even worse. Losing to a single A team? And they got Terry Francona now. Put your heads back down, Cincinnati. Man, they're going to waste whatever time they have with Tito. How are you going to do that? Terry Francona is getting insulted just by coaching Cincinnati. Why are you going to do that to Terry Francona? Idiots. Not that it matters. But the Cardinals are still going to suck anyway. Oh, they lost to the Dayton Dragons in Dayton, Ohio. I never heard of them, so that's even worse. I never heard of them. That's even worse. Jets win in overtime. Well, good. Ovi scored and the Jets won. Good. 27th minute. 71st minute. 6-1 Costa Rica. 13-1 on aggregate for Belize. Very expensive. Doesn't surprise me. 28th minute. Honduras is found with a 5-3 aggregate win. Yeah, they're pushing the pace, but they ain't done nothing. Ehlers scores. Yeah, I'm not surprised. I'm not surprised at all. No. W goal kick, 28th minute. That's, do we really have to play whatever's left of the Costa Rica Belize game, or could we just... Ehlers, the Habs are linked to Ehlers in the offseason, but because they have line A. Leafs beat the hell out of the Flyers. Let's see. 7-2. Oh, they didn't blow it. They didn't blow it. They added on a goal. Okay, so it's still a single A club. Okay, that sucks. Dayton Dragons are single A, and they lost to a single A club, the Reds. Leafs are first in the Atlantic. Let's go. Now hold on to it. Because NXT honestly is booked better than AEW. Mexico, round of 16. Canada, round of 16 or quarterfinals. USMNT, they'll get knocked out in the group stage. The way shit's going for them, they'll get knocked out in the group stage. Canada and Mexico get to the knockout stage. And I guess technically the round of 16 would be El Quinto Partido. Just because there's a round of 32. But, yeah. Do that what you will. 30th minute, 0-0, 0-0 esta noche, 5-3 global. So it could be Reds 0-2 versus the High A Dragons. I'm sure it won't be, right? That would be horrible. Yeah, but it's called they didn't win their knockout game. No, I think it's four teams per group. It would still be the 5th game. No, there's 4 teams per group. You'd still play everybody in your group. You'd still play everybody in the group. It's not It's not a 3-group group. It's still groups of 4. You'd still play everybody in your group, and there'd be best 3rd place teams going through. So do that what you will. Do that what you will. So technically, it would be El Quinto Partido. Did you forget about that? That it was still 14 groups? Then there's a round of 32. There's still a round of 32. Come on. Free kick for Honduras. Why do you want to see me suffer? 6-1. 6-1 Costa Rica. 13-1 on aggregate. Oh, we already covered that. 32nd minute free kick for Honduras. Kyoto shot wide. Kyoto takes the free kick but goes wide. Playoff scored double posted the Dragons Reds. 7-2 game 2 times. Oh. Reality check. Yeah. 75 minutes, so that's 15 more minutes. Sugarland 7-2 Astros. I mean, I don't mind watching that happen that way, but how you gonna lose? Man, the Astros are gonna suck this year. You're losing to your own AAA team. The Cardinals couldn't even manage that, and they're gonna suck. Yeah, the Cardinals didn't score more than 3 runs over the Redbirds, but at least they scored them all in the first inning. And it was 3-2. The Cardinals are gonna suck, but at least they didn't lose to the Redbirds. They couldn't score after the first inning, but at least they didn't lose to them. The Astros are losing to Sugarland. Hey, did Jose Altuve, can he not catch? Is he too short to play left field? What the hell are they thinking? Jose Altuve in left field? Yeah, but CONCACAF's a little bit convoluted. Either way, who thought that was a good idea? Jose Altuve in left field? With how old he is and how short he is? We're going to move him to left field. I hope he doesn't get... He couldn't even jump. Oh, by the way, Crawford boxes. You think that man's going to be able to rob? What an idea. Well, I mean, look at Italy's group. If they don't qualify out of that group with just Norway, oh no, I'm going to lose my mind. You think I'm gonna raise hell? I'm gonna be red. Of course I will be. I mean, all the Astros have to do is call up the guys who beat their ass and demote the guys who suck. Guess what? Because that's their AAA affiliate. I mean, all they have to do is call up the guys who kick their ass. But you said I was going to make the opening day roster. Not after losing to your own. Altuve needs to Super Mario jump to catch the baseball. Yeah, like, why are you going to play the guy in front of the Crawford boxes? Like, do you realize how tall that left field wall is at Minute Maid Park? I'm not calling it Daikin Park. You're out of your mind. You telling me, do you realize how tall that wall is at the left field? Like the left field wall in Minute Maid Park is? Do you realize how tall that is? It's two of him. It's two of Jose Altuve. That man can't jump. Who thought that was a good idea? Who thought it was a good idea to put him in left field? Yankees record this year. 80-82. All the injuries, barely replacing Juan Soto. 80-82. Third place in the AL East. Toronto finishes above New York. I'm calling it. I mean, look at Toronto's rotation, though. I just want them to get there. Forget getting anywhere. I just want them to get to the World Cup. Look at the group they're in to qualify. If they don't get in, I don't care if they do anything. Just get in. I agree. I wish Sammy was going after Gunther again. 36 minute. Yeah, I saw that, but I think it was supposed to happen. I think they're trying to make it a work. But, yeah, no. The Yankees are going to go 80-82. Third place in the AL East. Toronto finishes above the Yankees. And Baltimore. Toronto and Baltimore will make the playoffs. I don't think the Red Sox will be that good. I think they're going to get drilled to hell and back with injuries. I think Toronto and Baltimore will be the teams out of the AL East that make the playoffs. And I think Vladdy will re-sign by the middle of the year. I think they're closer than you think. And I don't give a shit what Bo does. He could leave. I don't give a shit what he does. Have one more good year and leave. I don't give a crap what you do. Get out. Get out. Vladdy stays, I'm happy. Hell, I'm happy that Kirk's staying. I don't care what Bo does. He could have one more good year at the bat. Fine. But it sounds like Vladdy, in the end, he will sign an extension. I mean, I won't. It's what he's supposed to do, so it depends on who wins the trophy. He's supposed to hand off the trophy. Yeah. So, Toronto's going to make the playoffs this year in the MLB. I'm calling it. The Blue Jays will make the playoffs. I think the Blue Jays are going to have a really good season. Vladdy's going to stay. Bo, he'll have a good year. I don't care if he stays. Well, I'm happy if Chelsea wins the trophy. It's an ugly trophy, but I'm happy if Chelsea wins the trophy. Yeah. But it's the one loss I wanted them to have. Let's go, Blues. Rough game. Thirty-ninth minute. But yeah, the Blue Jays are going to make the playoffs this year. I think the Blue Jays have an amazing rotation. I think they're going to be better at the bat. I think some of their younger prospects will end up contributing. I think Vladdy's going to have a good year. I think Bo's going to have a good year. He'll bounce back at the bat at least. We'll see him still have like 10 errors on the field, but whatever. He'll still have like 10 throwing errors. Probably costly ones too, because that's how he rolls, but probably like 5 base running errors too, because that's how he rolls. But hey, as long as he hits like 40 home runs, I don't give a shit. As long as he leaves. No, I don't. I'm not happy about the Mexico game, but hey, at least they beat the USA. Why would I hate Jesse Marsh? Still pissed off about the Mexico game, but I don't really blame him. There's not really anything to blame him for. Not really anything to blame him for. 40th minute. See, where are we? 84th minute. 40th minute. We'll sit here till the full-time whistle's blown in the Costa Rica game. 0-0, 0-0 esta noche, 5-3 global. Jesse's a fighter. And, yeah, I'm not happy about the Mexico game, but Copa America semis is better than CONCACAF Nations League. Thank you. And beating the USA, but, you know. I mean, he was right. I mean, Jesse Marsh was right. I mean, the 51st state rhetoric, if it is serious, but is disastrous. Like, that's not the right rhetoric. And if Mark Carney ends up the prime minister, well, we all know who to blame. We all know who to blame. We all know who to blame if Mark Carney is the prime minister, elected the prime minister through the next election. We all know who to blame. At least Carney's not Trudeau. At least Carney is an actual libertarian, a red Tory, so to speak. That's the positive. He's a actual fiscal conservative, socially liberal libertarian. So at least he's not Trudeau. He's a libertarian, legitimately. A Gary Johnson libertarian, but you know, it's better than nothing. Not really. Especially if the Al Hilal players are at the Club World Cup. No. So, I mean, hey, at least Mark Carney is basically a libertarian. A Gary Johnson libertarian, which, I mean, all things considered, you know, I mean, that's not too bad in my book, but he's not an anarcho-capitalist, but you know what? I mean, he's not an anarcho-capitalist, but at least he's a libertarian. I prefer an anarcho-capitalist, but if you're going to be a libertarian, I prefer an anarcho-capitalist, but .44th minute. Trent's going to go to Real Madrid. Yep, I was just told that. 44th minute, 0-0. Honduras is fine holding on to the lead on aggregate. They're fine with the math. They're fine with the math leaning their way. Plays on. Cross in. Shot! Oh, nobody's there. Real Money Madrid. Oh, we're finally getting a number 10. So he is a number 10. Dominguez. Good. Can't hate him for some reason. I like Madrid. Oof. Valverde's been doing well at right back. Yeah, but I'd still rather have Trent. But Trent is a better midfielder now anyway. People still like CM Punk. I think a lot of people like CM Punk. Oh, damn, that's sad. The Tigers got rid of the dirt pathway between home plate and the pitcher's mound. They were the last MLB stadium that had it. Really? Ugh. Man, I like that about Detroit. Halftime, 0-0. Of course. Of course. Well, they haven't dominated them yet. They really didn't dominate them last game either. 0-0 at the half. 0-0, miro tiempo. 4-3 global, 5-3 on aggregate. Nothing really happened in the first half. Honduras were better off. Yes. Yeah, he's on St. Louis. He's on the Battlehawks. Of course I knew. The Battlehawks are my team. Of course I knew. I know he's on St. Louis. Let's see. 90th minute. I'm waiting for the full-time whistle of the Costa Rica-Belize game before. Well, yeah, he's getting old. Well, yeah, he's what, in his mid-30s? Sounds about right. Sounds about right. You start getting some gray hairs at about 30-something. I'm surprised I don't have any yet. I'm surprised I don't have any gray hairs yet. I've been... Shit, I'm surprised in my mid-20s I don't have any gray hairs yet. You kidding me? I'm surprised. +1. There's really extra time in the Costa Rica game. Are you out of your mind? Oh, wait, we could turn it on to UDNA for a couple of minutes. Yeah, that's right. Yep. Maybe he's aged horribly. Here we go. Costa Rica Belize. And it's over. 6-1 Costa Rica. 13-1 on aggregate. Costa Rica's advancing to the Gold Cup. Guadalupe has advanced to the Gold Cup. Guatemala's advanced to the Gold Cup. We have 6 of the 7 teams advanced, and Costa Rica is advancing. Next CPL champion, Forge. Forge is going to get back up there. Forge is going to get it. Another one for Forge. They've never lost 2 in a row. When Forge loses it, they're back on top the next year. I'm going to say it's going to happen again. Forge will be back. Also because I want them to be. But so, Suriname to the Gold Cup. Trinidad to the Gold Cup. Jamaica to the Gold Cup. Guatemala to the Gold Cup. Guadalupe to the Gold Cup. Costa Rica to the Gold Cup. And Honduras has the lead for 40. If they hold for 45 more minutes, they'll be the final team in. Number 16 will be Honduras. 7 of the prelim, and 16 overall. We're going to find out. I wouldn't want to go to Man City because they're either going to get relegated or they wouldn't play them at all anyway. So do with that what you will. With that being said, we'll take a short break at the half, talk about the stats, get this one going. Sit tight. We will be back. 0-0. 0-0. Miro tiempo. Back for the stats of the half. Well, they're going to be in the Champions League next year, Liverpool. Honestly, Liverpool, Florian Wirtz, that sounds like a team that I think that sounds like it because he could replace Salah. Perfect. Starting 11, or stats the half, 80% possession because 79.6 goes to 80. 80% possession to 20% possession. 0 offside to 1. 8 corners to 0. 336 pass to 85 passes. 89. 90% pass accuracy to 67%. We have 11 crosses to 2. 0 goals to 0. 13 shots to 1. 3 shots on goal to 0. We have 8 fouls to 5. 1 yellow card to 0. 0 red card to 0. 0-0 at the half. 0-0 at medio tiempo. 5-3 global. 5-3 on aggregate. Honduras, they don't look like the better team. That's the crazy part. The stats say they're the better team, but the first half seemed pretty boring, I'd say. It doesn't look exactly like this game doesn't exactly look like it would if Honduras was dominating. Like, you're like, yeah, are they dominating? Yeah, stats-wise, they're dominating, but really it seems like they're just doing the job. They're doing the job they need to in the first half. The first leg, they did the job. They have a 5-3 lead with 5 away goals. I mean, I guess they're fine holding on to it. With that being said, it sucks that it happened against Mississippi State. I feel bad for her. She's a talented player. I wish she played because State still got their ass beat with her out. State had no business playing Southern Cal this year. They had no business. And frankly, the State's women's team was going to get beat worse if she didn't get hurt. And you know what? Because they already got their ass kicked without her. So it's sad that we didn't get to see one of the best players in women's basketball in college play for longer than 5 minutes because it was like instant when she got hurt. And I think she's a very talented player. I wanted to see her play longer in that game. I know State was going to get their ass kicked, or I had a feeling they would lose. I didn't think they'd get their ass kicked, and they would have got their ass kicked worse if she didn't get hurt. So I hate it for her that she got hurt. I hate it for State. They still got their ass kicked while she was hurt because, of course, Mississippi State would get their ass kicked. But, when their best player gets hurt, of course they would because that's what Mississippi State does. But just imagine how much worse it would be if she wasn't hurt. But again, she's one of the best players in women's basketball in college right now. And I wish she played fully and didn't get hurt. Because I'd rather State get beat by 40 or 50 by a team who has their full roster of players than by like 30-something by a team who doesn't have their best player. And they still belt-ass Mississippi State. So, but she's a really talented player. And I hope she makes it back. And I hope that once she does make it back, she ends up in the WNBA. I hope she does awesome in the professional league. She ended up on the Toronto Tempo because Toronto's getting a team. That'd be fine. I wouldn't mind that. That'd be awesome. Be a good way to start the team. But we're gonna see how that goes. I hate it for her. I do. So I also hate it for State because that makes them look worse. I also hate it for State because her getting hurt makes State look even worse. But If you knew, if you were in the trenches with Mississippi State women's basketball this year, you knew Purcell was a fraud anyway. It's a wonder they got in. I don't even know if the team really deserved to get into March Madness, but they won the first game and then played Southern Cal and got stomped without Juju, which is just, cool. I would say Canada. I don't think Mexico or the USA play attractive football. I don't. Canada, I like what Surinam's trying to do. I like what they're trying to do, and this is really not a ranking. I like what Surinam's trying to do. It's still got to be worked out, but I kind of like what they're trying to do. Trinidad, I like what Trinidad's doing. I like what Guadeloupe's doing. I thought Jamaica would have been in there a year ago, but they're not. They play ugly football. USA, Mexico, and Jamaica all play ugly football. Let's just be real. Whether it's because they don't give a shit or they just play ugly football. So Canada, Suriname, Trinidad, Costa Rica. I think Costa Rica's starting to get there. Guatemala at their best. Guadeloupe. Honduras at their best. I like what Puerto Rico, I like the Dominican Republic, how they're doing. I like how Dominican Republic's growing. Some of this is a little bit more potential than anything, but I like how Dominican Republic's growing. Did I say Guatemala? Guatemala at their best. And I don't think I did, actually. Canada, Guadeloupe, Suriname, Trinidad, Costa Rica, Honduras. Yeah, I don't think I did. And Dominican and Curacao. Yeah, probably. They did. I think they're growing well. Second half's about to start. No. I think the NWSL is a pretty big league. I mean, yes, I respect what Liga MX Femenil is doing. They're growing at a rapid pace. It's a very interesting league. But I think the NWSL is still a bigger league than Liga MX Femenil. But we'll find out because guess what? There's two U.S. versus Mexico semifinals and the W Champions Cup semifinals in May. So we're going to find out. Oh, and by the way, Portland sucks this year. So that sucks. I'd like to see Portland hang on. By the way, let's check that out. The semifinals are in May, and it's Nations League style. One leg semi, one leg final, and a third place game. We have Tigres versus Portland Timbers, America versus Gotham. And there's a Women's Champions Cup, a FIFA Women's Champions Cup in 2026. And the semifinals will be CONCACAF versus the Libertadores. The winner plays the UEFA winner, and the winner of the Asian OFC African play-in. So Asia, Africa, or OFC plays the UEFA winner, and the winner of the UEFA versus play-in and CONCACAF Libertadores will play the final, and the losers play the third place. So that's pretty cool. I think the bigger teams get a lot of show, but either way, like form-wise, the NWSL is still slightly better than Liga MX. But hey, the final of the W Champions Cup, the first ever W Champions Cup, might just be Mexico versus Mexico, America versus Tigres. So I guarantee you Portland's going to choke. They look horrible right now. That's what happens when your best player's out for the season. I mean, I'm happy for Sophia, but bad timing. I mean, I do want, if anybody won it, I want Portland to win the W Champions Cup. I have a soft spot for Portland, of course. So, of course, I want Portland to somehow still pull it off, but I don't think they will. I don't think they will. And maybe they get better by May. That's 2 months from now. Yeah, the finals are 2 months from now, just under 2 months from now. Shot. We'll see what happens. Good. That's awesome. That's awesome. 23 goals in a calendar year. That's awesome. You should have about 60 at the end of the year. All comps. I agree with that. Dembele's awesome this year. I love to see it. You know, I'm happy. Free kick for Martin's off for Todd. Ben Gucci got the ball through. Muldridge says he'll retire at Madrid. Yeah, I'm not surprised. Still got like 4 years left, though. Do they kick him out before he... I mean, there's an argument of should they kick him out before he gets too old? Cross in. I mean, they've done it to other players. That's wide, out for a goal kick. Davy Flores puts it out for a goal kick. But okay. Goal kick. But again, I hope Portland wins the CONCACAF W Champions Cup, but I'd say Gotham probably has the better chance out of the NWSL teams. It wouldn't surprise me at all if we end up with a Mexico versus Mexico final, because Portland's in a bad situation and Gotham, we'll see. Playing forward, goes down. No penalty. I agree with that. Fire him. If Pochettino doesn't get to a semifinal of the Gold Cup, I don't care if he loses to Saudi Arabia. I don't care if he loses to Canada. That'd be very hard to do with the group draw. But let's just say they do play Canada in the quarterfinals. I don't think Canada's going to be second in their group, and I don't. But let's just say, even if he lost to Canada in the quarters, if he doesn't get to the semifinals, he should be fired. I don't care if it means they have only 5 windows with a new coach. I don't care. Get him out. If he does not get to a semifinal, get him out. If he doesn't win, you have stuff to talk about, but he probably doesn't get fired. But if he cannot get to a semifinal, get him out. Get him out. Get him out. They were in Bermuda and it was rainy as all hell. That's why. Possible, but that was the semifinals last time. Canada at least was in the quarterfinals in 23 because Canada really had a bad group stage. And Canada still almost won that damn game in 2023. I'm so mad they didn't. Emi Martinez has 36 clean sheets in 51 games for Argentina. And Irish guy had the nerve to say Emi Martinez wouldn't be able to be the starter at Arsenal. Like, did you watch that video like Irish guy did saying which club's player wouldn't be able to go back to their former club and start? And he said Emi Martinez wouldn't be able to start for Arsenal. I'm like, are you crazy? You would rather have David Raya over a World Cup champion? A guy who's got Arsenal in the top, or Aston Villa in the top 4 in the quarterfinals of the Champions League. Are you delusional? Are you delusional? I like Irish guy too, but dude, David Raya? Arteta was a dumbass for signing the guy in the first place. I still think Ramsdale got screwed. David Raya isn't that good. He's just lucky that another top 6 club has Robert Sanchez. The only reason that David Raya is lucky is Chelsea has Robert Sanchez. That's why his clown car ass ain't getting no hate. Because Robert Sanchez is a Spanish player just down the road who's even worse. Just wait till Jordi Petrovic becomes the number one for Chelsea. If David Raya is still the number one for Arsenal next year, oh my God, he's getting some shit. He's getting some shit. I'd rather have David Raya over Robert Sanchez, but that's like shooting yourself in the leg or the temple. That's like choosing Robert Sanchez or David Raya is like shooting yourself in the foot or shooting yourself in the side of the head. It still hurts to shoot yourself in the foot, but why would you shoot yourself in the side of the head, right? One's going to kill you. The other might. Well, I don't know. The other's going to hurt, but it won't kill you. One's going to kill you. Unless you do it wrong. I wouldn't mind having Kymene Kelleher. Yeah, I wouldn't mind that. But Jordi Petrovic, though. But, wait. Do you see how good Jordi Petrovic is doing in France? Do you see how good he's doing? Yeah, no, I think they should call him back and let him be the starter. But then again, I was on Jordi Petrovic's side the whole time. Like, I thought Jordi Petrovic was good enough for the Prem in the first place. I didn't think he did too bad. And it's not just because he played for an MLS team. I mean, if that was the case, I wish Matt Turner be starting for Arsenal. I know he's shit. There's a difference between Matt Turner and Jordi Petrovic. Matt Turner ain't half the goalkeeper Jordi Petrovic is. Matt Turner was just lucky that, yeah, I mean, that Revs team was really good. Petrovic was actually awesome. I think I always said Petrovic was better than Matt Turner. Like, as soon as Petrovic got his run in New England. So, hey, it's just another story. And Honduras scores! Goal! Jorge Benguche, 1-0. Yeah, but he always was questionable in the first place. I still think Petrovic was always better. And we got a goal for Jorge Benguche, a header that just bounces into the net. 1-0, 6-3 on aggregate. There it is. Oh yeah, I did stay on for full time. The Costa Rica game. Yeah, Costa Rica's through to the Gold Cup, by the way. Benguche with a header. Boom. Near post. Because Brazil sucks. Haven't you heard the memo? Brazil still sucks. I don't know what's like. Brazil, ever since 7-1, legit's fallen off a cliff. 53rd minute. 1-0. 6-3 on aggregate. 1-0 esta noche. 6-3 global. 6-3 global. Yeah, that rhymes. Brazil ain't Brazil no more. No samba, no flair. I agree. Like, Brazil trying to be like everybody else killed Brazil. Like, ever since 7-1, Brazil's tried to be everybody or everybody else. Tiki-taka. Like, Brazil ain't trying to be Brazil. And Neymar is the only guy. The reason why Neymar carried him so well, especially over a little bit of that era, is because Neymar is the only Samba Brazilian player left. He's the only one. Brazil's trying to be everybody else. And I think that's killed it. Killed Brazil. Jogo Bonito's dead, except for Neymar. And that's why they're so worried about Neymar being healthy and why the players want Neymar back. Because they know damn well, just like everybody else, deep down, killing Jogo Bonito killed Brazil. It did. Now, the funny part is their league is amazing. It's kind of ironic. Argentina's national team, amazing. Best in the world. The Argentinian league sucks right now. The Brazilian league is the best league in CONMEBOL. Their national team sucks. It's weird, isn't it? It's kind of weird. It's kind of weird. But who knows? Maybe Brazil should play more Brasileiro players, just like that the US should play more MLS players. What do you know though? Oh, and by the way, I've seen some videos from Euro snobs saying the US should have pro rel, not noticing the fact that who actually performed the last international window for the USA? The MLS players. Yeah, pay for play sucks. I don't disagree. Pro rel ain't changing shit in this nation. I hate to tell you. Stop beating a dead horse. By the way, the players that you probably hate their guts, Mr. Euro Snob, were the guys who actually gave a shit. Goal for Honduras, 2-0. 2-0 Honduras. 2-0. Luis Palma. Up the right. Celtic man, Luis Palma scores a goal. The Celtic man scores a goal. Come on, boy. Luis Palma scores 2-0 for Honduras. The Celtic man, Luis Palma, scores. Chucky Arla. '57th minute. 2-0, 2-0 esta noche, 7-3 global. 7-3 on aggregate. Honduras qualified for the Gold Cup. Yeah, this one's over. This one's over. Luis Palma, the Celtic man, the Celtic boy, scores. You love to see it. You love to see it. So, playing forward, yeah, Honduras has got this game. I mean, they might as well. Holy crap. The Rangers are offering a boomstick burrito, 2 feet of burrito for $36 at Texas Rangers games this year. Dear God. 2 people couldn't even eat that. Dear God, 2 feet of burrito? New Zealand, their qualification route was too easy. Hey, but the good news is they're in a World Cup every year or every 4 years. Like, why would you give that up? Like, see, I don't understand this talk about saying, oh, New Zealand should leave the OFC. They have a World Cup every 4 years. I don't know. Like, why would you give up a free World Cup every 4 years? World Cup, going to the World Cup for multiple runs could change your outlook. So, maybe I'm crazy, but I just don't see it. Canada. Yeah, but Yeah, but the problem is I don't shit on CONCACAF. Like, the problem is, like, see, there are Euro snobs in Canada. There are Euro snobs in Canada that think the European players are better than the MLS players. It's not as loud, and there are still MLS contributors to the team. But there's still Euro snobs in Canada that shit on CONCACAF and MLS every chance they get. So what's the problem with calling out Euro snobs? Like, Euro snobs are wrong. Like, why are we shitting on MLS? That's the point. Why are you shitting on CONCACAF? Like, why are we acting like, oh, the guys who play in the Prem are better? Oh, the guys who play in the third league in the Netherlands are better. The guys who play in the Eredivisie matter more than MLS players. The guys who play in frickin' Iceland matter more. Just because they play in Europe? Just because they play in a pro rel system? I'd say yours. I'd say yours. I didn't say you did. I'm saying Euro snobs do. I wasn't calling you out. 7-4 Astros. I didn't say you were a Euro snob. I'm saying that Euro snobs have no reason. By the way, if you're going to shit on CONCACAF, why do you watch? Why, if you're a Euro snob, why do you watch? Like, yeah, I saw the convective outlook that's covered on Oregon. Yeah, I saw it. That's kind of crazy for March. It's kind of crazy. For me, it's like, okay, so you're going to tell me that you'd rather have this random dude from the second division of Germany than MLS player just because they play in Europe? Wow. I think the reason why it's not as bad in Canada is because, remember Unattached FC? Remember Unattached FC where like half the guys were free agents? That's how bad it got. It's cool just to have MLS fill out the spots that there aren't. It's cool to have European players on the team, players that play in Europe and dual nats that came over to play for Canada. It's awesome. But the good news is instead of free agents, instead of MLS players, our biggest players, and then free agents to fill out the team, it's European players and dual nats with MLS players filling out the team. Do you not remember Unattached FC? Maybe that's why Canada doesn't have it as bad as the USA. At least the USA, they started off with an MLS base, and then they got to Europe. And then Jurgen had to run his damn mouth, Jurgen Klinsmann, and be like, hey, guess what? I'm going to bring in American Germans. Because I'd rather play the European American German dual nats who didn't give a shit in the first place. He started this. Jurgen started this. Jurgen Klinsmann started this. I don't care when it comes to the USA. He started this mentality, I feel, to be real. Nobody cared when it came to the US Euro snobs. No Euro snobs were shouting down MLS fans until Jurgen Klinsmann started running his damn mouth. You're telling me the only one of these dual national German USA players who were worth the damn and stuck around after Jurgen was John Brooks. Tell me that was a good idea. And again, we just figured out this window. Guess what? The January window for Pochettino was honestly his best window. That's the best the team looked. Most MLS players. Guess what? The guys who got a chance from that window were the team players who actually produced in this window. Huh. Wow. It's like MLS is actually good if you gave it a chance. If you actually paid attention, MLS is amazing. It's better than it used to be. Wow, if you actually paid attention. And maybe it's my problem. And maybe I have my head in the sand. Maybe I'd rather watch MLS. Maybe I'd rather watch games like this. Maybe I'd rather watch the Central American Cup. And I'm like, you know what? This isn't so bad. Maybe giving CONCACAF some love that I think it deserves and eyes. Hey, you know what? It's not so bad. If you actually, and I'm not saying you did, I'm saying Euro snobs. I'm not saying you're a Euro snob. I'm saying the Euro snobs who are like, oh, Pulisic, oh, Reyna. When Diego Luna outplayed both their asses. It's not really, yeah, there are a couple of Canadian Euro snobs, but I think a lot of Canadian fans remember Unattached FC and how bad it was. Maybe that's why you see Canadian fans are like, oh, this guy's really good. We should play him. Look at Matthew Chouanier. Look at Matthew Chouanier. He finally got his chance. He got his chance, played well, and went to Europe. He got to Grasshopper Zurich. Matthew Chouanier is an amazing player, and sadly his brother didn't pan out. David didn't pan out as well, but hey, at least he's still on Forge. But Matthew's a damn good player. But he got his chance. But he got his chance while he was in MLS. And there was no trepidation about it. Ishmael Kone. Moise Bombito, perfect. Got his chance while he was in MLS, and then he went to Europe pretty quickly. See what happens when you get a chance at a big tournament? You see what happens? But Canada, you don't remember how bad it was when it was Unattached FC. You don't remember. You don't remember the free agents they had to call up, unattached on the team sheet. You don't remember. You don't remember the doldrums. And I think maybe that's why there's not as many Euro snobs. USA never had those doldrums, at least not in my lifetime. Not in your lifetime, not in many of our lifetimes. Canada, though, the best players were in MLS and the others were free agents filling out the squad. Oh. You don't remember how bad it was. You don't remember how bad it was. Oh, no. Oh, no, you don't remember. Maybe it's got to get worse for the USA. But, hey, I'm not saying I watch European football when my sleep schedule allows for it. But I don't hate it. But I think there's a happy medium, and that's the point. I think there's a happy medium, but you can't sit here and tell me that an MLS player isn't that far away from a European player. Now, a Premier League player, maybe, okay? I'll listen. I don't think you're right, but at least I could listen to the argument. But if you're telling me a guy who plays in the Eredivisie is better than an MLS player by, like, strides, you're out of your mind. You're wrong. An MLS player ain't that far behind an Eredivisie player. Who's on better form? Pick them. Like, don't tell me a guy who plays in the Eredivisie is 10 times better than an MLS player. You're just lying at that point. Now, if the guy in the MLS is on shit form and the guy in the Eredivisie is scoring like 3 goals a game, fine. Oh, but ask Santi Jimenez how that pans out. Ask him how that panned out. Yeah, you got to move to AC Milan, but ask him how that panned out, right? Ask Santi how that panned out for him. 3 goals a game at the Eredivisie, and he still only scored 1 meaningful goal for Mexico. Actually, no, only 1. Ask him how it panned out. Ask him how it panned out. Yeah, that's the only goal he scored. Was the Gold Cup winner. And he still scored 3 goals per game when he was hot at Feyenoord. And you're telling me that league is better than MLS or Liga MX? That much better, like 10 times better? You're out of your mind. Ask Santi. How Ricardo Pepi can't even hold on to the starting spot for the USMNT at striker. He can't even hold on to it. Now, that could be injury, but still, he can't hold on to it. And he's playing, when he's playing at PSV, he's awesome. But right now, with all the injuries at striker, you might as well just start Patrick Agamong. Hell, even without him, you might as well start him. Guess where he plays? Charlotte. Turns out, if I was Pochettino at the Gold Cup, you know what I would do? I'd start Agamong. I don't care if Balogun's back. I don't care if Pepi is back. I don't care if Sargent's back or if they call him up. I'd rather call up Patrick Agamong and let him start at striker at the Gold Cup if it was me. And the man plays for Charlotte. Yes. Yes, the MLS is better than the Saudi League. Yes, it is. Arbaleda's coming on. Maya's off. Or Maya's on for Palma. Ben Gucce's coming off. So that's 3 European strikers for the USA that honestly Agamong should start over. And then you got Brian White. If he keeps going on the form he's on with Vancouver, former Red Bull, by the way, Sean, you should remember this. Brian White, if he keeps going on the form he is, he should at least be the backup to Agamong at the Gold Cup. Like, honestly, you know what? Screw it. Sugarland, well, hey, at least they got it up to 6-7. Well, there's actually 4 that all the good players went to, but either way. I can name 5 only because Julian Quinones plays for Al-Qadza. Al-Nasir, Al-Ittihad, Al-Hilal, Al-Ali, Al-Qadsia. Al-Faya, because Pozuelo plays there. 6. I can name 6. Pozuelo plays at 1. Well, you know, FSG does lack ambition. I'm not going to call Trent a rat, but FSG does lack ambition. They do. They just want to make profit. Hell, they're doing it to the freaking Red Sox and Penguins, too. Oh, you didn't know they own the Penguins, didn't you? Kyle Dubas works for FSG, by the way. I don't know why I wanted to bring that up, but Kyle Dubas used to be the Toronto Maple Leafs GM, if you didn't know. But Kyle Dubas works for FSG now. I don't know. But FSG does lack ambition. The guy with the most ambition in any of the offices of FSG might just be Kyle Dubas. Hey, I didn't want Kyle Dubas fired from Toronto. Just so you know, I didn't want Kyle Dubas fired. It ain't his fault. And honestly, I don't know if Brad Treliving's that much better anyway. I mean, yeah, Brad Treliving wins a cup. I guess he is better. But you know what? I don't really want to blame Kyle Dubas for anything. He kind of shot himself in the foot. Kyoto's about to come off. Or he's definitely down hurt, 75th minute. Yeah, but Real Madrid, who wouldn't want to go to Real Madrid? Besides, even if Liverpool was ambitious, they'd have to pay out the ass for him. I mean, are you really going to beat Real Madrid? I ain't going to call him a rat. He was on a free transfer. You can't let it get that close. You really can't let it get that close. So do that what you will. I think there are Americans who understand football. Like me. I mean, there are American owners who understand the sport. It's just the majority of them don't. And it's the people who understand the sport I mean, I don't have the money to own a team. I probably never will. You have to have even a lot more money than the money I think I could get to own a team. And even if I had the money, well, I'd rather be coaching anyway. So, but I'd say most of them don't. I wouldn't leave, but that's my damn club. I would never leave TFC if I was a great player for them. Hell, if I was a great manager, I wouldn't leave. That's all I want to be. That's all where I want to be. Like, if I was a great player or great manager for TFC, that's all I'd want to be. I wouldn't go anywhere. If I was a manager, I'd be Sir Alex. I'd either get sacked or be Sir Alex. One or the other. If I was a great player, I wouldn't leave. I'll take any deal. It's my club. It's my club. But I'm weird. I don't want to go anywhere but there. If I was, hell, if I was managing TFC and I had the chance to manage Canada, I'd rather manage both at the same time. Like you did in FIFA. Like you can do in FIFA. Because I ain't leaving. I probably know more Spanish than Trent. That's true. 78th minute. I wouldn't if I was the manager at TFC and I won the Intercontinental Cup or the Club World Cup and a European team want me, I'd tell them to stuff it up their ass. I wouldn't even tell TFC to pay me more. I'd tell the European team to stuff it up their ass. Even if it was an Italian team. It's more likely if I got sacked, I'd be back to this than me coach anywhere else. It certainly wouldn't be in Europe. No. Especially if I was coaching Toronto. I wouldn't leave Toronto for Chelsea. And if Chelsea just wanted me, listen to my accent. You think it's smart for me to go to England? They probably deserve my genius. Would they get it? No. They probably deserve my genius, but they wouldn't get it. And if you do, you better not call me a Yank. You better call me a redneck. Call me what I am. Get it right. Don't call me a Yank. Call me a redneck. Call me what I am. I'll accept Canuck too, but don't call me a Yank. Call me a bumpkin. Call me a redneck. Call me a Canuck, but don't call me a Yank. If you're going to call me something, call me what I am. Ugh. Call me what I am. Ugh. But you don't. No. If I did go to Europe, it'd probably be Italy. It'd probably be just Campobasso, the Italian Wrexham. It'd probably be Campobasso, the Italian Wrexham. I also love a challenge. It'd probably just be Campobasso. Probably be Campobasso, the Italian Wrexham. That's close enough to a redneck. There we go. That's close enough. Close enough. Campobasso, the Italian Wrexham, when they're in the Serie B, pull them from Serie B to Serie A, then win the Europa League with them and win the Champions League with them. That's a challenge. But no. I'd rather coach Guatemala than England. American owners who start MLB, NBA should never be allowed to take over football clubs unless they know what the rules of football are. They have more than 2 seasons watching football. I agree with that. Yeah. You do realize that the guy who owns Madison Square Garden owns both teams. You realize that, right? You realize that, right? You do realize that. He owns both teams and the network they play on. You do realize that, right? You do realize that, right? The same guy who kicked Spike Lee out of the arena. Nobody told me. 81st minute. I'll coach both at the same time. I just said that. Let me coach both at the same time. Like you could do with FIFA. Let me coach both at the same time. I just said that. I'll do both. I barely sleep anyway. I could do both. I barely sleep anyway. I could do both. Sure. It's no problem for me. I live under a football painted rock. I don't think that's a problem. And I barely sleep. I don't think it's a problem. I don't think it's a problem. If you can do it in FIFA, you can do it in real life. You can do it in real life. I'll do both at the same time. I'll do both at the same time. And besides, I heard that MLS teams could actually control if they play during international breaks or not. So, if that's the case, I don't see why not. Well, I mean, there's still a sun in the sky. It's just cold. But I mean, actually a winter, well, it's actually the spring now, but there's still a sun in the sky. If you leave your skin out to get burnt, it can get burnt. It's not about the heat off the sun. It's about how much you let the sun hit your skin. The light, the UV rays burn your skin, not the heat. The more you know, why? The more you know. The more you know. Yes, for sure. Yes, I would. How we doing, Risk Lander? Fair enough. You know, I'd hear him out. I wouldn't slam the door in his face. I'd hear him out. If I hear him, and if he talks bullshit, I'd hear him out. I'd hear him out, whatever he had to say. And if he was speaking bullshit, then I'd call him out on it. But I'd hear him out. Yeah. Okay. That doesn't sound fun, but whatever. I'd be happy for you. I'd be happy for you. That video can't be serious. What? What video? Knock, knock. Who's there at the door? Smack! Huh? The video of the guy waking up at 3:30 a.m. Oh, I haven't seen it. I haven't seen it. I don't know if I want to be real. I don't know if I want to, but I haven't seen it. I don't know if I want to. 85th minute, 7-3 on aggregate for Honduras, 2-0. Honduras has played better throughout the game, and that's going to be picked up, but at least they got 2 goals. Honduras is about to go to the Gold Cup. Oh, they're Oh, it's gonna be a definite. It's gonna be a hairdryer treatment. Basically, if you watch the Mike Leach after Baylor game team talk, yeah, it's going to be close to that. Somewhere along the lines of what Mike Leach said after the Baylor game for Texas Tech. So really just look that up and there you go. Something like that. Maybe a little bit more angry, but something like that. Maybe turn up the anger about two notches on the dial, but something similar to the Mike Leach Texas Tech locker room talk post Baylor game. I still watch that every so often. I miss Mike Leach. Man, I miss him. Legend. I miss him. Legend. Legend. Honestly, Robin Hood, that sounds better. Like transforming Robin Hood into a high-level CONCACAF team sounds better. I mean, hey, but at least there's a Suriname Major League. So that's the first step, right? That's the first step, right? I mean, I listen to Jimmy. I have no problem with Jimmy. I listen to him. Like, what? Why are you acting like? I feel like Jimmy got screwed by the FMF anyway. You know, I'd listen to Jimmy. I'm sure he'd have something worthwhile to tell me. I have no problem with Jimmy. I mean, I'm sure he had something worthwhile to tell me if he showed up at my doorstep. I mean, I think he got screwed by the FMF. But Vasco won a Nations League. No. He just happened to be the coach. Raul Jimenez won the Nations League. Let's stop acting like Vasco had anything to do with it. Okay, now that'd be a waste of time. Now that would be a waste of my time. CONCACAF team. Why should Al Nassr get a spot that a CONCACAF team had? I mean, I know Cristiano, they'd love to have him at the Club World Cup, but that'd be stupid. CONCACAF, please. Even if it's Alajuelense, CONCACAF. Hell, even if they somehow just gave it to Toronto for some reason, that wouldn't happen. But I'm being facetious. It should be a CONCACAF team no matter what. It's a CONCACAF spot. It should be a CONCACAF team. Tell Cristiano to go to Rayados for freaking 6 weeks. If you want him in the tournament so bad. Just force him to go to Rayados for 6 weeks. Montreal. Duh. I'd slam the door in Bacala's face. I'd slam the door in Bob Bradley's face. Berhalter. It'd be a waste of my time, but we'll see. Bruce Arena, I have no problem with. Pochettino, I have no problem with. But yeah, no, I'd slam the door in Bob Bradley's face. Oh, for sure. I'd slam the door in his face. I tell him, I didn't order no drones. Get the hell off my stoop. Hey, I didn't order no drones. Get the hell off my stoop. I don't know who you're delivering drones to, but I didn't order no drones. Are you trying to sell them like Girl Scout cookies? What are you doing? Yeah, get off my stoop. I didn't order no drone. And I didn't ask for anybody to sell them like Girl Scout cookies. If I wanted Girl Scout cookies, I'd ask for some peanut butter. I'd prefer the actual Girl Scout cookies than drones. Those peanut butter cookies are good. Those peanut butter cookies are good. But I don't want no drones. I don't want no drones. But those peanut butter cookies are good. I don't really like Thin Mints, though. Or Samoas. But those peanut butter cookies are awesome. Let's be real. No. Well, you deserve to be there. You deserve to be there. No, they're not. They're not. Hey, Drone Boy, you deserve to be there. You espionage, Mr. Espionage. You deserve to be there. You know, I'd talk to Chris. I'd be like, hey, dude, you're doing well, man. I was wrong about you. You got screwed over by Toronto. Hell, you know what? I kind of want to hear how they fucked you over. Do you think they fucked you over? Because this Colorado team actually is doing really well. So, you know, I'm sorry that I thought you were the problem. I'm sorry I thought you were the problem, man. You're doing well. So, do you think they fucked you over? One 30 more seconds. But hey, there's a rule where teams can pick up players for a short-term 6-week loan to have them at the Club World Cup. So who knows? Maybe Cristiano will go to Monterrey to follow Sergio Ramos. Two minutes in. Let's see the stoppage. Damn, this is all right. Rot in concrete. You should watch the new Snow White movie. No. And it's over. 2-0 full time for Honduras. 2-0. 7-3 on aggregate. 2-0. 2-0 esta noche. 7-3 global. Honduras is going to the Gold Cup, and they're the final team to make it. They will be number 16. Honduras is in the final. Oh, you won't see me till Saturday. You won't see me till Saturday. You won't see me till Saturday. There's nothing for me to do till Saturday, so you won't see me till Toronto plays on Saturday. So with that being said, well, after the review. With that being said, the 7 prelim teams, we have them all. We have 16 teams in the Gold Cup. Honduras fills it out. And there we go. With that being said, I'll see you later. If you like this stream, like and share, subscribe. You know what it is. Tell your friends, hit that like button, hit that subscribe button, hit that bell notification once subscribe, send chats on the live streams, comment on this video, put us in playlist, share with friends and family, all that great stuff. I'll see you within the hour for the review of this match. Honduras wins. Honduras avanzar, Copa Oro. There you go. With that being said, I'll see you later. I'm Ron and I'm out. Peace. See you.